Hi everyone, welcome to Board Attacks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, it's Saturday extravaganza time. That's right, 4 replays in one video, all tier 10 and all going to be pretty groovy games. Kicking us off is my old mate Matty 1 from 1AR clan in the T100 LT. Now without giving too much away, the first 3 replays are going to feature this tank, the tier 10 Russian light tank. Now I've just quickened the replay up a bit because Ron Melanovka, and you can probably guess what we're going to do. Looks like Matty 1's got himself some Christmas camouflage out of the Christmas boxes, looking at the camo on this tank. He's gone to this bush in Melanovka, which is a bush I highly recommend people get used to using if you're a light tank, and if you like doing competitive gameplay, tournaments, clan wars, that kind of stuff. T100 LT, that is the light tank to get. If you're not sure which light tank to go up in the tech tree, the T100 LT, as far as I'm concerned, it's the most fun. It looks groovy, and it often gets a run in clan wars and that kind of stuff. Matty's team's down 1 zip, but it's okay. He's already picked up a little bit of assisted damage, and if you missed it at the start of the replay, he spotted all these tanks crossing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 tanks I reckon it might have been, crossing the gap, if you like. The gap as on their way to the hill. In fact, I just looked at the battle results page, and it was actually a little bit more than 8 tanks that he spotted. He certainly did a good job in the T100 LT. The Jagdpanzer E100 on the enemy team going into a very interesting position, and Matty will say, no worries, I'm just going to stay in this bush, keep that tank spotted, and pick up a heap of assisted damage. Now, don't want to talk too much about missions, but he is on a mission to do some assisted damage as well as some damage himself. He's already got the 2,000 assisted damage. In fact, is just about to hit on 4,000 assisted damage in the first 4 minutes. We do have the replay sped up just a little bit because I guess you can sort of guess what he was doing over in that bush, just soaking up all that assisted damage. That's going to add to his scores, going to add to his credits, it's going to add to how he did in the game. 4,500 assisted damage already. Now, a little bit about the gun, without giving too much away again. Matty's not going to use the gun too much in this replay. It's a 300 alpha damage gun, 230 penetration with APCR, which is standard. Armor piercing, which is premium in this bad boy, 248 penetration. So a little bit more penetration with the armor piercing rounds. However, APCR is standard, which is not unusual, but having AP as premium is it may be a little bit unusual at tier 10. Anyway, the score is 4-2. 2 tanks have just been killed. The Jagdpanzer E100 and the T57 on Matty's team. 4-2's the score. He's kicking back here, looking at that E100, thinking, wonder if I can get some more assist on that. No, it looks like maybe the FE4005 got the assisted damage on that E100. Looking at the mini-map, the E100 is far too far away for Matty to pick up any assisted damage on that one. The score's 5-3 as the tier 10 German heavy tank gets taken out of the game by artillery, the GW E100. 5-3 the score. Matty from 1AR clan on 5,710 hit points of assisted damage. And that's something that this tank, even whether you've got a camouflage like that on it, Matty's done exactly what I've done. I've put my Christmas camouflage from last year, the bright blue one, onto the T100 LT, which I see a lot of people use it. It does look pretty good, and Matty's gone for this year's camouflage into the T100 LT, which makes it look a little bit different. But of course, because it's got such a low profile, this tank, and look how low it is, especially if you have it sitting next to something bigger like a mouse or an E100 or even a normal tier 10 heavy tank. It is very, very short. That adds to its camouflage. So the gun might not be as high hitting as some of the other tier 10 light tanks, 300 alpha damage, but the fact that it's so got a great camo rating, you mix that up, we'll combine that with a good crew, and you'll be able to sneak right up into the enemy base, which is exactly what Matty's done. Matty 1 from 1AR, he snuck right into the enemy's base. Even though the score is 7-3, you might think, oh, well, the result is possibly a foregone conclusion. He snuck right into the enemy base, and he's spotting that FE4005 as well as the Object 268 version 4. Either one of them could send Matty home pretty quickly. He did lose a little bit of health when he was in the middle part of the map. 8,158 assisted damage though. That is absolutely fantastic. Matthew 1 from 1AR in the T100 LT. Now, I did mention today's video is going to be an extravaganza, 4 replays. The next 2 replays are going to feature this tank again from a clan that we all know and love, that's for sure. Not 1AR, one of our friends. 9-4 is the score on Melanovka. Matty 1 sneaking closer and closer to these tank destroyers and the SPGs. There's 3 SPGs and there's 3 tank destroyers left on the enemy team. One of them is my old mate Geordie Bro. In the FV4005, there's 2 FV405s, an Object 268 version 4, and 3 artilleries. And Matty's decided, hang on, let's hold my beer time. I've got this. He's rolling forward, looking at the what's left on Matty's team. Not many tanks with vision, apart from the Batchat. He puts one shot into... What was that? Was that an HE round? It was. It's an HE round. Putting HE rounds into the FV4005s, giving him a taste of their own medicine, I guess you could say. 11-5 the score, trying to keep vision up to nearly 11,000 assisted damage. And that's why he said with this replay, he's gone, Stewie, I've just done 11,000 assisted damage. Nothing wrong with that at all, as it continues to look towards the last 2 tanks. 2 SPGs left. Geordie Bro gets taken out by their friendly FV. The E4 kills the other FV, and now Matty's saying, here we go, I'm going to grab yourself a kill. Get the last kill of the game, which is always a pretty good feeling on any map, on Malinovka. When you get rid of that last artillery, it's a pretty good feeling. Let's have a look at Matty's result. It was not an ace tanker, but he's still pretty proud of that result, that's for sure. It's a second-class mastery badge. As well as a second-class mastery badge, he's also picked himself up a spotter medal. No surprise that he got a spotter medal for all that assisted damage he did. 22 bonds for that little result. The scout medal for detecting the most tanks, patrol duty. Look at all those tanks that he spotted, and of course, all that assisted damage went to his score. As well as helping the team to win that game. He topped the score charts with 1,068 base experience. Just goes to show, he only fired 4 shots, 3 of them hit, only 1 penned, and of course with the penetrating results, that would be HE. It sort of works a little bit differently, so those HE rounds that he threw towards the artillery and the FVs at the end, that so more than one. So two of his shots did splash damage. That counts as HE. 11,984 assisted damage, 539 damage done. Got himself a kill as well, topped the score charts with 1,068 base experience. And with a little bit of Christmas bonus by the looks of it, he got 67,000 credits. That's after tax in a premium account in that 10-minute game. As we move on to our second replay in this Tier 10 Extravaganza, it's Malinovka again. This time it's Thaddeus from Dirty Clan in the T100 LT. This one's not an all Tier 10 game. The last one was an all Tier 10 game, and that would have certainly helped Matty get top score with all that assisted damage. This time we're on Malinovka, and it is an encounter battle. Only one base, so if you haven't got this mode turned on, and this mode appeals to some people, it doesn't appeal to others. Thaddeus from Daddy in the T100 LT is running food, and that food, Russian food, little extra combat rations. That'll help his vision, it'll help his already high camouflage rating, as well as his rate of fire, his aim time, and all that jazz. Thaddeus moving down, looks like he's moving towards a similar bush to what our friend Matthew one from 1AR Clan was heading towards, looking down towards the base. Look at the minimap, all the tank destroyers and the heavy tanks have gone up towards the hill, apart from the 5100, and I don't blame him for not going to the hill. The 5100's there with the Lorraine, 40-tonner kicking back on those bushes, looking for snipey shots. Thaddeus finds artillery, and he says, you know what it's like in a light tank when you see an artillery, you just rub your hands together and say, yo-chi. There goes one. That's the first kill from his team, though. They are still down by a tank. 1-2's the score. Thaddeus picked up a little bit of assisted damage. Also a little bit of damage done. Rolling across the fields, looking towards the Scorpion G, and you'll think, wow, that's, I reckon he's probably just far enough not to be able to see me, because Thaddeus is sitting in a bush, and that bush is going to help his camouflage rating. Well, he's near a bush anyway, and with the low profile on the T100 LT, it can make them challenging to spot as well. Because the T55A has gone down this way, Thaddeus will know, he'll have one eye on the minimap. He's no dummy, he knows what he's doing. He'll know that there's no great threats down here. Looks like most of the enemy team are still around spawn or up in the hill, so Thaddeus can come down to these bushes here, continue to get vision on the Scorpion G, and again Thaddeus is looking at the circle on the minimap thinking, oh, if I shoot, I reckon I might be in a bit of trouble, and the Scorpion G might be looking elsewhere. However, there's a T30 there which could certainly ruin my day. Now the Scorpion G is out of the equation. Thaddeus looking at the T30. Again, the T30 is close to that white line, so Thaddeus probably thinks he's might be safe. No, he's not, and of course there you go, that T30 was looking Thaddeus's way. Thaddeus says, I'm having none of that. I need to send that big Tier 9 American massive gun back to the garage. That evens the score up 3-3. Thaddeus on 990 damage, 2,842 assisted damage, and continuing to roll around this central southern part of the map, looking for more spots on the enemy team, looking at the mini-map. Lots of action happening up here on top of the hill. Thaddeus rolled forward there. I didn't see his 6th sense go off, mate. I very much doubt that Striv would have just thrown a blind shot. Maybe he was still lit from earlier. Or maybe I'm just going a little bit crazy. He rolls around here into this little ramp, I guess you could say, the ramp coming up from the pond, looking for more vision. It's like that's a bloke I used to play with years ago used to always say, if your teammates can see the enemy and they can't see you, then that's a pretty good advantage. 4-6 though is the score. Thaddeus from Daddy Clan looking for a way to turn this scoreboard around. They're only down by 2 tanks. He won't be giving up, that's for sure. He's already got 4,171 assisted damage. Rolling up to this other ramp. Again, looking for maybe side shots on those heavy tanks that are up there on the hill, because looking at the map, his team's lost the hill. There's only 2 tank destroyers left defending that hill. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these tanks sort of went out of vision pretty quickly. Thaddeus from Daddy Clan, 5-7 to score on Malinovka. He's done 990 damage. He's going to do a little bit more. Don't you worry about that. 4,171 assisted damage as well. He's on a mission for the Object 260 to get 4,500 assisted damage, and he wants to survive because he wants to get that one with honours. Let's see if he can get that 4,500 assisted damage. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Let's see how we go on Malinovka. Just showing great patience here. Nothing really spotted right now, apart from that T28 prototype. That's the really slow American tank destroyer on 135 hit points. Thaddeus looking there thinking, gee, if I could pick him off, or even if artillery could pick that one off, that would make the deficit down to 1. He spots the other arty again, and look at that, he's sticking there, and that's what it's like when you're in a light tank. You go, you'll be able to see an arty. Let's get him if we can. The Batchat 12T though, last spotted near this little pond in the southeast. The T55A, how's he looking? He's on 881 health, so he doesn't want to get shot any more times. He'll be in a heap of trouble. It looks like that Object 430U has decided, right, it's time to get this T55A. I reckon he's alone. That's what the Object 430U is thinking. Thaddeus trying to provide some kind of cover for the T55A. The T55A is running away, which is the right thing to do. He's on 1 kill as well, but he looks like the T55A has just been hit by artillery as well. 7-7 the score now on Malinovka. 7-8 as that T55A goes down. Thaddeus perches himself up on these bushes, trying to continue to get cover on the Object 268. He doesn't want to shoot though. He knows there's a Batchat 12T around here somewhere who will be able to see Thaddeus from Daddy Clan in the T100 LT. Continuing to look at the 268, saying, "God, somebody shoot him for crying out loud!" There's the Batchat 12T. Now Thaddeus inadvertently getting assisted damage on the Striv 103-0. That's the Tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer. Now we know that Striv is down to absolutely sweet FA health, as is the T28 prototype. So there's 2, even though Thaddeus' team is down by a tank, 7-8. There's 2 tanks that are very, very low health indeed. 7-8 the score. Thaddeus continue to look forward, searching for some more assisted damage for that mission. Now he knows he could shoot that Object 430U, but he still doesn't know where the Batchat 12T is. He decides to shoot, doesn't pick up the kill. It does get spotted though. There's the Object 268. He wants to get away from that gun. Even though Thaddeus is still on full health, 1500 hit points. 1500 hit points could disappear pretty quickly in a light tank, especially with a Type 5 heavy on the enemy team. 2, 3 tank destroyers, arty. And even a little Batchat 12T, he would be too worried about that little Tier 8 French light bad boy. Trying to get back up into these bushes without getting spotted. Slides off just a little bit. There we go. He's around here now looking at the 268. Again, hoping somebody shoots it. But looking at the mini-map, not many of Thaddeus' teammates will be in a position to shoot the 268. Well, there you go. Somebody did. Maybe the T30. That was a pretty big whack. Now that 268 is very, very low indeed. The artillery finishes him off, and whilst the Object 268 Tier 10 Russian tank destroyer was unspotted. Thaddeus in here looking around. You can see looking around saying, well, our 268, the ISU 152, can't really shoot what I'm spotting, so maybe it's time to try a different tactic. Shoots towards the Striv. No idea if he hit him. The Striv just went unspotted just as Thaddeus fired, and maybe he's changing his mind there. Yeah, artillery finishes off the Striv as well. Good shot, artillery. That's what the T30 just said in the chat. Now Thaddeus gets spotted over here. The water's slowing him down, but the water is also providing a little bit of low coverage. So with the low profile of this tank, these small undulations on the ground will provide enough cover if you can use them. Thaddeus auto aims on the Batchat 12T, puts one shot into the tier 8 auto loading French light tank. He does get shot a little bit, still at 1128 damage done there. Wants to get unspotted. Hopefully one of his teammates, the Lorraine 40 ton, maybe can shoot him, but I think that Batchat 12T was on the southern side of those buildings. So Thaddeus just fighting this rock here, getting safe. 10-8's the score. He's on 1 kill, 1307 damage done, 6703 assisted damage. 10-8's the score. They're winning by 2 tanks, and Thaddeus loves to get rid of the vision from this Batchat 12T. Auto aims, shoots him once, takes him down to 374, does not get spotted, so he shoots him again, takes him down to 54, he gets spotted this time, pulls back behind the house, and artillery again, mopping up these low health tanks. That's probably the right thing to do with that tier 10 French auto-loading artillery piece. It is it hasn't got the biggest gun in the world, but it can certainly finish targets off, such as it has been. And it's giving Thaddeus even more assisted damage, 6,754 assisted damage. That's the primary condition for the Object 260 Light Tank 14 mission, which is what he's on. Get over 4,500 assisted damage. He's done that easily. 6,757 damage. What's the one for the Excalibur? The Excalibur one's all about capping the base. Not sure if he's going to win this by capping or not. Let's have a look. 11-8's the score. He'll be pretty excited about Light Tank 14 for the Object 260 though. He wants to survive though, because he wants to win this mission with honours, which is well worth doing. There's the Object 252U sitting back on the red line. There you go. The Object 252U. That's the Defender, folks, a tier 8 premium Russian heavy tank. Thaddeus got vision on that tank. Artillery's just fired. That might have been the M40, M50, M43 on the enemy team, because it sounded like it might have landed around here somewhere, not too far from where Thaddeus is on the T100 LT. An HE round from the T28 prototype only does 91 hit points of damage to Thaddeus. Thaddeus will be pretty happy about that. He auto aims on the American artillery, who was not aiming his way, continues to move because he already knows the T28 prototype is looking for him, but that's okay because Thaddeus picks up the last kill of the game, wins it 15-8, picks up 2 kills himself and a shitload of assisted damage as well, just like our old mate Matty. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for the old mate Thaddeus from Daddy Clan, and not only an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, but he also picked up a few more medals as well. The Spotter Medal, 5 for effect, 5 bonds, Patrol Duty. Interestingly enough, that was an ace. Remember Matty's game? Matty's game was only a second class back there. Thaddeus has picked up the ace, no worries whatsoever. 1,317 base experience. 2 kills, 2,071 damage done. Now, the 2 kills might be what got Thaddeus over the line. Thaddeus got 8,179 assisted damage. Now, that assisted damage, a lot of that was against tier 8s. There's more tier 8 tanks than any other tier in that game. That's the old 357 matchmaker. He did get a couple of kills, though. 2,000 damage done as well. 73,797 73,797 credits. That's after tax with the premium account in that 12-minute game on Malinovka. Thaddeus from Dirty Clan in the T100 LT. As we move on to our third game in this Tier 10 Extravaganza, it's another one from Daddy Clan. This time it's the old mate Criticus. Criticus, he loves clan wars, he loves his T100 LT, and he loves platooning with his old mate Geordie Bro. We saw Geordie Bro in the first game as well. He was in the FV, this time Criticus and Geordie Bro in a T100 LT platoon. Let's see what they can do on Erlenberg. Charging over towards the east. Where's his platoon mate go? His platoon mate might be going in a different direction, I think, which is not a bad idea when you're in a light tank. No use both of you spotting the same area. Criticus from Daddy in the T100 LT flying up towards the eastern flank of Erlenberg. Erlenberg got some changes a while ago now. All this stuff in the middle got changed a hell of a lot with the buildings, the crossings and all that kind of stuff. It plays like an entirely new map, and I think they might have even widened the edges a little bit on Erlenberg. 0-0 is a score. Criticus from Daddy Clan finds the AMX 1390, shoots him for 286 hit points. Decides to bug out because you'd imagine there might be some tank destroyers and stuff kicking back on this red line where Criticus is running around to now. But it looks like looks like they're not this time, so he's just kicking back here saying, well, we found the Sheridan. There's one of the tier 10 tanks on the enemy team. Puts one into him. No, he didn't put one into him. He missed a shot. Never mind. That's okay. We've all done it. Gets 789 assisted damage. So somebody with a pretty big gun just put something into it. Maybe the Waffenträger Panzer IV, if it's got the 150mm. Maybe that was it. No, looks like it. No, looks like it's got the smaller gun. And never mind, somebody with a pretty big gun just hit it. Maybe the 704. Unfortunately, Critica's old mate Geordie Bro gets taken out by the Batchat 25T, as does the 257 to the shit barn on the other side of the map. Critica's just looking for vision over here without going absolutely bananas. The M53, M55 kills the Sheridan, gets rid of the tier 10 American light tank on the enemy team. Criticus shoots the side of the Conway and thinks, how did that not pen? He's already done 2,000 assisted damage, 584 damage done. Looking at the Conway, looking at the side of the turret of the British tier 9 tank destroyer. Now this has been changed. When I had the Conway, it never used to have a big derp gun, but it does. That option is certainly there now. Sees the 1390, pulls back so he goes dark. The Waffenträger Panzer IV snipes the tier 9 French auto-loading light tank, takes him out of the game. That brings the score back to 2-3. Criticus already on 3,000 assisted damage, 862 damage done. He's not going to get that mission. That's all about block damage, but he's still going to put his carry pants on. They're down by 3 tanks, 2-5. Criticus will be sitting here thinking, rightio, what do I need to do? He won't be giving up. He will not be giving up at all. 3-5 the score now as the VK45 O2B gets taken out of the game, as does a friendly E75. They're down by 2 tanks, but 2 tanks is only 2 well-timed shots, and they'll be back in this. Criticus deciding now might be the time to move. The Conway is pretty low. No idea what kind of health the Skoda is. There's a Skoda. Skoda was on close to full health. A couple of big shots went into the Skoda. Criticus doesn't get the assisted damage though, but he won't mind. He'll be happy that it's been taken down. He gets the auto aim on, shoots him once, sends him back to the garage. That brings the score back to 4-7. 1 kill to Criticus, 1,091 damage done, 2,980 assisted damage. Looking for that Conway. Wants to know where that British tier 9 tank destroyer is. He doesn't want to get shot by him. That's why he's taking his time a little bit and waiting for the Waffenträger Panzer IV to come and help. Down by 2 tanks, 5-7. 5-8 now as the Object 430U gets killed on the other side of the map. The other side of the map does look a little bit concerning. Criticus puts one into the Conway, and unfortunately the Conway, just at the right time, just as Criticus drives in front of his gun, the Conway puts one into it. 254 hit points left. That's enough for a one-shot for Criticus from Daddy Clan. In the T100 LT, gets his second kill, 1847 damage done, 2,980 assisted damage. He's flying down around the southern part of this map, looking for whoever might still be cabbing back at the base. There's the T92 HMC. It looked like he was aiming Criticus's way, but then he turned back away. 7-9 the score as the 430 goes down. But looking at the map, this central part of Erlenberg looks very, very concerning. That's why Criticus is not stuffing around. He's looking for whoever might be back at the base. Finds a Batchat 25T who killed his platoon mate Geordie Bro. Sends him back to the garage. That's his 3rd kill. He'll be fancying himself here. The T92 HMC. Where is he? Where is he? He can't have gone too far. He's not the fastest tank in the game. Not by any stretch of the imagination. T92 HMC on 500 hit points. It'll be 2 shots, but the buildings are just in the way. He wants to get rid of that Arty, and then he can hopefully put some shots into the back of the 60 TP and whatever else might be harassing his friends in the central part of the map. The Waffenträger Panzer IV, hopefully he's in a good spot there to snipe the 60 TP and the other enemy tanks. Criticus going for a bit of a run here. Knows there's another Arty. Besides, he's going to use the speed and the manoeuvrability of the T100 LT to kill the GWE100, confirming his 4th kill and bringing it back to 10-11. However, there's still only 1 tank left in the middle, and that is the Object 704. He shoots the T92 HMC for his 5th kill. Now that T92 HMC has got a pretty big gun, and that just took a fair chunk of Criticus's health away. It also stunned his crew, but a quick tap at the 4 key fixed his crew up, but now he needs to be a little bit careful. He is a one-shot for, I would suggest he's a one-shot for every remaining tank on the enemy team. 11-11 is the score. The FV4005 is going after the M53. The M53 drowns himself. I don't think it was intentional. The FV4005 was sort of pushing him towards the water. Now that FV is proving to be very, very hard to hit again. I don't know if that last shot hit him or not. I don't think he did because the cap did not reset. 30 seconds left on the cap. 11-12 is the score. Criticus from Daddy Clan on 3,360 damage done. 2,980 assisted damage. He's going to start flying towards that cap circle, looking for vision. So hopefully somebody can reset it. It looks like there's 3 on the cap, but it looks like there's 3 on the cap, but there's only 2. There's the FV on very low health. Finally, he gets the shot on the FV, but he didn't have the cap points. He needs to shoot the other FV for the cap. 3 seconds left. There you go. Not a bad reset there. He gets the reset. His friend gets the reset on the other tank, but before he gets taken out, that's a 704, and now the FV4005 on 435 hit points. It will be 435 hit points. That's a 2-shot for Criticus. However, the T30 is not a 2-shot. It's only a 1-shot. That's 7 kills to Criticus from Daddy Clan. Now he's on 385 health. He is a 1-shot for the FV4005. Don't worry about that. Look, even when he was on full health, he could be a 1-shot for the FV4005. Criticus won't be. He'll be nerves of steel. He will not be nervous at all. He'll be saying to Geordie on TeamSpeak or Discord or whatever they use over at Daddy Clan, he'll be saying, hold my beer, Geordie, I've got this. Don't worry about this at all. And I'll make you look good. Don't worry about that. 14-13 is the score. There's a Waffentrager Panzer 4 and the T100 LT up against the FV4005. He knows the FV4005 can only shoot one of them. He's pretty constant. Oh, he doesn't. He gets it. I thought the FV's probably pointing towards the Waffentrager Panzer 4, but it doesn't matter because the Waffentrager Panzer 4 was not sleeping. He knew what to do. He knew that Criticus was going to do the right thing. He might have been killed, and he just missed out the Radley Walters, but he certainly did the right thing in that game. Both tanks going in together, and with the long reload on the FV4005, it would not matter which one he killed because the other one would be able to get the kill anyway. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from the old mate Criticus from Daddy Clan. Spotter Medal, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect. He got himself some bonds. Pascucci's medal for killing those 2 artilleries. Top Gun missed out on the Radley Walters by 1 shot, but still not too bad. Not a bad result at all. He also, if I pick the right screen, that might help a little bit. He also topped the score charts with 1,395 base experience, 7 kills, 4,361 damage done, 27 shots fired, 19 hits, 17 penned, 3,954 assisted damage. That certainly would have helped with the Ace Tanker 53, nearly 54,000 credits. That's with a premium count in that 9-minute game. As we move on to our 4th and final replay in today's Extravaganza. This is not a light tank replay, this is a heavy tank replay. The Object 260. Have I mentioned that I've got this tank? I don't know if I have. I often do ready this tank up in Clan Wars just to show everybody that I've got it. And but whatever you do, don't blink while you're watching this game. This is Flank and Spank, the bloke with one of the coolest in-game names in the world. Flank and Spank from Yeti Clan. In the Object 260, this is going to be a fast and furious battle, folks. We're on Lakeville. He's heading towards the city, and he's not stuffing around. It's a pretty quick tank. I was lucky enough to play this tank the other day in a Clan Wars battle, and it is pretty quick. I can't say I did too much. He lands his shot a lot. He lands his shots a lot better than I do. Flank and Spank gets the TVP T51 for 477 hit points of damage. Continues to roll towards the city on Lakeville. Now the Object 260, it's quick enough for a Russian heavy tank. It's when I was driving it just the other day, it wasn't that much slower than the Object 277, which is obviously known for its speed. APCR is standard ammunition in this bad boy, 122mm gun, 440 damage, 260 penetration, 340 with heat, which is premium ammunition. The AMX 1390 got taken out by the GW Tiger. Bad luck to a little light tank player. That certainly would have hurt a big that big shell from the Tier 9 German SPG. Flank and Spank puts one into the standard B, brings his score up to 910 hit points. He's leading the charge here in the city on Lakeville. Bounces the standard B Did he bounce this down to BB4? I think he might have. And he's doing this not too difficultly. Is that a word? I reckon it might be. Who knows? Looking for the weak spot on the 277. He's in a pretty good position, that Russian heavy tank driver. Not in a bad position at all. Using the rubble and all that kind of stuff. There he goes. He's giving him it. He doesn't quite get the shot. Gets the tracking shot though. Here comes the Progetto, gives Flank and Spank a little bit of assisted damage. Flank and Spank shoots him again. He switches to the heat rounds. He wants to get rid of this 277, who's pretty well dug in, but he's getting pushed. He's getting pushed pretty efficiently. Shoots him again, takes him down to 195 hit points. The T54 E1 he's gone for the glory, but he's lost half his health in doing it, and he'll be reversing very, very gingerly as Flank and Spank puts another one into the WZ111-4, the Tier 9 Chinese heavy tank. Looking again, Object 140 is going to be his next target. Shoot him, no worries whatsoever. The T54 E1 might have thrown his tank away, but at least he died in a good spot. That's what Flank and Spank will be thinking. He'll be thinking, no worries, I'll just use this dead bloke for a little bit of cover. Looks at the mini-map, looks around, sees who's behind him. There's still a few enemy tanks here. They're winning 4-2, and he'll be saying, I reckon now might be a pretty good time to push. There's a Skoda T50 who quite possibly maybe reloading, looks for a rear shot on the Conway, doesn't find it, finds the Skoda instead. He gets taken out of the game pretty efficiently again by the Progetto 65, gets shot once by the Conway, fixes his track, goes around. He's going to try and finish off the Tier 9 British tank destroyer. He doesn't need to, because that Progetto again picks up that kill. The Progetto's on 2 kills. Flank and Spank hasn't got a kill yet. He's got 3,500 damage done, 1340 damage blocked, 1390 assisted damage. Blind fire is where he just got shot from, hoping to pick up a bonus little bit of damage over there in the central part of this map. 6-2 is the score. Flank and Spank from Yeti Clan in the Object 260, the Tier 10 Russian heavy tank. This is the final reward for the first lot of personal missions. That's why anyone who's got it, including me, is pretty excited about that. Shoots the FV once, goes for the kill, doesn't quite get the kill. Artillery clearly looking Flank and Spank's way. Can't fix his crew. His crew is stunned, still stunned from... He's already used his first aid kit from a previous artillery shot. T30 shoots him and only stuns him. He'll be pretty happy about that. Doesn't stun him, only tracks him. He'll be pretty happy about that. Going to stay in the low ground. Still got 1,352 hit points of damage. 8-2's a score. Nearly 4,000 damage done. Nearly 3,000 assists. 2,090 damage blocked. Looking for the T30. And he's staying low, trying to make himself as difficult a target as possible for the Tier 9 American tank destroyer. Looking for, I don't know if that's going to go through. Don't think that shot went a little bit high. So he's the Tier 9 French artillery piece. He gets taken out by the T30. 10-2's the score. We all know the result is a foregone conclusion now with the score on 10-2. Nearly 4,000 damage done, 2,000 blocked, 4.5 assisted. He's charging in, coming in like a wrecking ball. Shoots the Object 140. He's going to go for the ram as well for another 115 hit points. That was a mission to get some ramming damage done. Nothing wrong with that at all. 12-2 the score. Flank and Spank from Yeti Clan. Well, the guy with one of the coolest in-game names. His eyes have just lit up because he's seen an IS-7 on almost full health. He's been at the back of the map for some time. Tracks the IS-7, picks up 481 assisted damage. Looking there for another tracking shot. A tracking shot that'll do damage as well. That's what he's hoping for. He does. He gets it. He gets the 425 damage. He also picks up another 704 assisted damage. That just leaves the batch at 15558. It's the last enemy tank remaining, the auto-loading Tier 10 French SPG, and he'll be feeling a little bit nervous. Flank and Spank finally gets a kill, 15-3. Fast and furious action on Lakefield. Not a bad result at all. In the Object 260, that's the final personal mission reward tank, the Tier 10 Russian heavy tank. Flank and Spank from Yeti Clan. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for that beautiful performance in the Russian heavy. The spotter medal for that assisted damage. Bruiser, 5 for effect. He got some bonds. Confederate for shooting more enemy tanks than anybody else. The high caliber, wow, top scored that one easily with 5,077 hit points. 1 kill, 1,231 base experience. The Progetto didn't do too bad at all. Red Tomato Seeds with 4,000 damage and 4 kills. He really helped Flank and Spank smash through that city in the first half of that game. 2,000 damage blocked by armor, 6,000 assisted damage. He fired 18 shots, 14 hit, 12 penetrated. 71,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account. Not too bad at all. There we have it, folks. That's today's Saturday extravaganza. Thank you very much for the replays. Flank and Spank from Yeti Clan. Criticus from Daddy. Thaddeus also from Daddy Clan. And my old mate Matty from 1AR. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replays, boys. Take care and see you all next time. Oh, extravaganzas. You gotta love them. It takes it out of me, but I absolutely love extravaganzas. Thank you very much, everyone, for the replays, and I hope your Christmas and all that kind of stuff went well. Keep those replays coming. Unfortunately, I can't do them all, but don't forget to check us out on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube, you're already here. Links are all down below. Thanks again. Also, don't forget to check out Criticus. He's on Twitch. His link will be down there as well. Thanks again. Take care, and see you all next time.